What are you making this weekend? Because this dilled salmon is my dish of the summer, and it should be yours too. I had something similar to this when I was in LA and where Juicer was my daily canteen. And I couldn't find a recipe for it anywhere, so I have made this from loving memory of this salmon. Only a few ingredients, it takes moments to get in the oven. It is fantastic at room temperature. It's brilliant for a crowd. Personally, I love it leftovers next day in a salad, on a sandwich with a bit of mayo, smushed between some sourdough. It's almost like a baked gravlax. It's got everything you need for a party in your mouth. To start with, I'm going to chop some dill, quite a lot. I've got 2 large bunches here. Roughly chop this dill, but I'm going to take the thick stems off because you really don't want these bits. Depending on the size of your salmon, you know, you should eyeball your dill, but it's got to, you'll see it's got to be enough to make a very nicely packed coating. So I'm just going to chop a little bit more to make sure we've got suitable coverage. I'm just going to zest the lemon, which I've washed before I've zested it. But apparently, you're supposed to do it like this. Who knew? How do you zest? Tell me, please, because this is still more natural. Give it all a little toss around. Slice the zested lemon. We want to waste nothing here. This is going to be the base of the fish. I'm going to make this on this lovely dish, which goes straight into the oven and straight onto the table. But if you don't have one that will hold your fish nicely, the other way I do it is just on a regular sheet tray lined with some baking paper. Baking paper? Parchment paper. Yeah, lined with parchment paper. So let's start. I'm going to put a lick of olive oil on the bottom of this dish, lay on my lemon slices, and give them a hit of salt. Just a little pinch. This will season the underside of the fish really nicely. Let's get our fish on the tray. On here, I'm going to give it another lick of olive oil and some salt. Still got to season this fish, really important. Whole grain mustard. This is going to give it crunch. It's going to give it a little seal. It's going to give it a sharpness and an acidity, which is just going to be so welcome here. And you want kind of, depending on the size of your fish, it's a generous amount, and I've got, luckily, just enough in this jar, about 2 to 3 tablespoons. Just a nice thin coating all over. That is nicely smeared. And on top of that, I'm going to put our little dill coating. It's going to create like a seal, almost like it's cooking en papillote, you know, in a paper sachet. So the fish underneath the dill is going to steam, which is why you need enough to really make sure it's coated. So just make sure you've got, don't be mean with the chopped dill. So just going to make sure it's nicely tucked in. You see there's no gaps in the flesh here. If you love gravlax, you're going to love this. Okay, I think we're ready to put it in the oven. We're going to cook this at about 170 for 20 minutes. Let's go. I just want to show you the inside. It is just fantastic. Only just cooked, still slightly pink, steamed because we haven't got it at a high temperature. I think I should taste, don't you? This might be my favourite salmon dish ever, you know. For more fun-packed, delicious recipes, hit the button and subscribe for more.